The proliferation of deadly assault-style weapons, submachine guns, and the escalation in gun-related crime in St. Lucia have necessitated the amendment of the Firearms Bill. Under the amended law, offenders could face harsh fines and a minimum of 25 years to a maximum life in prison if convicted on indictment for the commission of felonious crimes with unlicensed firearms.
If you think you're a soldier, you want to have an M16 or AK, and you commit a crime, Mr. Speaker, that ammunition is only to fight war. It's not for you. If you found it, Mr. Speaker, you can get a term of 10 years. And if you commit an offense with it, Mr. Speaker, you can get a maximum term of life.
At Tuesday's sitting of Parliament, Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, Philip J. Pierre, warned gun runners of the hefty price they will be made to pay if they are caught with illegal firearms.
Carrying a firearm from point A to point B may give you $200. Mr. Speaker, if you escape, the $200 will finish. But if you're caught because of that legislation, you may end up spending the rest of your life in jail, Mr. Speaker. It's serious legislation.
The Commissioner of Police will no longer be the sole arbiter in the issuance for gun permits under the old regime of the Firearms Act 9 of 2003. The new, amended 2022 law makes provision for the establishment of a firearm licensing board to facilitate background checks.
Firearm licenses are given solely by the Commissioner of Police. This new act, as is the case in most other countries of the region, Mr. Speaker, there is a firearm license can only be given by a board which comprises the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Speaker, the Permanent Secretary, the Ministry of Responsible for National Security, and 3 persons nominated by the Minister approved by the Cabinet who are of high integrity and able to exercise good judgment in fulfilling the functions under this act, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I'll propose that the chairman of the board be the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Speaker.
The penalties have also been increased for converting semi-automatic pistols and long guns into automatic assault-style weapons through the use of devices like Glock switches. The government says the Firearms Act will be a part of a suite of legislation and public policy measures to address the upswing in gun violence and staunch the flood of unlawful firearms streaming across St. Lucia's porous borders and legal ports.
If you do not have a license, do not get a gun. If you don't have a license, do not get a gun. Because if you're found with a gun and you sent to court, it's possible, Mr. Speaker, that you may be convicted and you may be charged a maximum fine of $50,000 for a maximum term of 10 years or to both.
Law enforcement in the recent past has come across illicit AR-15 assault-style weapons believed to be smuggled into the country by both illegal and legal ports of entry, including the common household shipping barrels. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.